Hi, I am Cesar Santos. We just left Colorado. We are on our journey to Salt Lake City. I've been keeping a journal, drawing and doing exercises with gouache. We have learned a lot. Me and my wife visiting museums, getting impressions of our trip, keeping it as a memory. Let's see what comes up with our train journey. I decided to share this experience so you see more or less the thinking process of an artist in a different environment that is not that prepared environment. I'm doing sketches that are coming out not as precise or as controlled as my work in my studio, but that's the point of the sketches, to get it and to get the atmosphere, to try to get right proportions quickly. It's more like a trying to get the impression and see how ambitious you can get in a quick way. So how many elements you can add up to tell a story in the fastest possible way, in a successful way. And I normally don't have sketchbooks like this, but this one, I mean, all my sketchbooks are unique. So this one is going to be unique in its own way because I'm not used to painting with this medium of gouache. Gouache is water-based and at the same time it remixes every time you wet it. So it totally reacts very different than oils. And I'm loving the challenge. I'm just going with the flow. See the landscapes America can bring. It's incredible. I'm blown away by these landscapes. So beautiful. It's 3 a.m. We got delayed because there was a fire by the train tracks in Utah. So they pulled everybody out in the middle of the desert and we were there for hours, but we finally made it. Let's continue. This morning I woke up energized and ready to draw. I want to grab the impression of the bed, how we left it. I feel like drawing in charcoal today. A quick drawing. Back here, there's a bunch of things going on with the folds and everything, but it's better to keep them very simplified, very light, so that it doesn't compete with the things here in the front. This morning when I saw the bed from this angle, it reminds me of that blockiness of the train coming forward. So I don't know if I'm traumatized or something, but it's funny that I wanted to capture the bed with the strength of the train idea, the proportion coming forward in a blocky way. I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes it's good to play around like that with abstract ideas to be able to get inspiration and and draw with intention. Trying to create some atmosphere in the back here, because the back I want to go further, to stay in the back. So I'm trying to create this little dark area back here to bring the white of the bed forward. We're here, we made it to the Utah Museum of Fine Arts. I warmed up this morning, sketching in the bedroom, and I can't wait to go in there and do some drawing live. As we are going across America, I'm looking for American artists that might inspire me to do sketches, since I'm experiencing the width of the continent. I'm looking for artists in the classical periods that inspire me so that I can get some notations in my sketchbook. Here is a good example and a rare example to find an abandoned painting by Jerome. The underdrawing, very precise. He took forever to map all this stuff in. So basically we have a drawing underneath, and then lightly he applied this wash painting, this wash drawing as they call it, with the local colors. And he's already creating the sense of distance, creating more contrast in things nearby, further. These are treasures to find because this shows the infrastructure of the process. We can see his application of paint, very loose, very thin, kind of mapping things out, not starting in one area and completing as you go, like a scanner or a printer. This is a different thing. This is how you build a picture. The original sculpture that I am copying right now was made by the American sculptor Powers, and he already filtered out this neoclassical representation, and I am copying that because these proportions might influence me when I come to idealize my figures, or when I come to understand the forms or interpret beauty. I respect what they have done before me, and that way I kind of practice it. So I'm copying it, thinking also of how to apply it to my sitters. The pan pastel here that I'm using is effective because you can quickly sketch in the main values, the main shapes, and then refine it with graphite. Basically what I'm using, pan pastel, it comes with a little spongy thing at the tip, and this is just an HB graphite. You can combine the effect of the pan pastel with the eraser to draw quicker, because since you can erase it so easily, you can just not be afraid of making mistakes. You just go back and fix it up. Sometimes you draw, sometimes you hike. Amtrak called and they said that the train service has been disrupted due to fire around the train tracks. So since the train only passes once a day and they didn't even know how many days this would last, we decided to be the train ourselves. Even though the plan was to go by train across the states, now we have to continue by car. But I got coffee and I got a journey to go. See ya!